Hello, Astro amigos. Welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. Hope everyone has had a great start to this beautiful new year of Mars. But in this video, I am going to discuss a very interesting and powerful transit that is going to take place soon. Yes, it is none other than the planet of love, luxury, romance, sensuality, wealth, Venus, Shukradev. Well, Venus is finally going to leave the sign of Aquarius and transit to its exaltation sign of Pisces on Jan 27, and it will stay in Pisces till May 29. So as you can see, this is not a very common occurrence because Venus keeps moving fairly fast. But this time around, it is going to stay in its exaltation sign, Meen Rashi, for almost a span of 4 months. Well, this is a very powerful transit, not just because of that, but it will also be conjunct with Rahu and eventually even Saturn, because Saturn will also transit to the sign of Pisces in the first week of April. I believe on April 1 itself. So then we will see a conjunction of Venus, Rahu, and Saturn in the sign of Pisces. And to add to that, what makes it even more auspicious, or you can say more intensely activated, is that Venus will be in the sign of Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, the other most auspicious planet. And where is Jupiter currently transiting right now? It is in the sign of Taurus itself, which is ruled by Venus. So there is a beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yog, which is going to also be strongly activated. So in this video, I am going to discuss the impact of this very transit on all the 12 signs of the zodiac, starting from Aries all the way up to Pisces. Try to watch the predictions based on your ascendant, which is the Lagna Rashi, or moon sign, which is the Chandra Rashi. Because for some people, the ascendant sign predictions might be more relevant as compared to the moon sign and vice versa. So it might be better to watch predictions for both the signs, as over a period of time you will know exactly which sign prediction you resonate most with. So without further ado, I am going to get started on the prediction part for all the 12 Rashis. I have posted the timestamps in the description box below for your convenience, so you can click on the time that corresponds to your moon or rising sign and watch accordingly. Let's get started. For my Aries Mesh Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your 12th house in its exaltation sign of Pisces till end of May. So, it is a good position in certain aspects and might not be as good in other aspects. And that is what we will discuss. So, Venus is the natural planet of luxury, wealth, and 12th house is the house of spending. It is the house of expenses. And Venus loves to spend. And who it is conjunct with? None other than Rahu, the amplifier, the planet which is very materialistic in nature. So it can be a great time for basically spending on things that you enjoy, that you desire, whether it is international travel to foreign lands, it could be vacations to resorts, to high end places, fancy restaurants. It can be shopping, going for a nice movie, going on romantic dates. So, for that, Venus year can give very good results. Because if the energy is not channeled in the right direction, then it can be a destructive type of energy as well. Because Rahu is again an amplifier, And the natural propensity or energy of Venus is to indulge in enjoyment, pleasure, and sensuality. So, for that area, it is looking quite good. And then we see that after April, even Saturn will be conjunct in the 12th house with Venus and Rahu. So, that is a good transit because you will achieve more stability in relation to your finances and overall spending. You will start to get a more grip on basically your expenditure because Rahu can try to, bring sudden uncontrolled expenses, especially if you are running its Mahadasha, Antardasha, and if it is not well placed in your chart. But when the dispositor of the 11th will transit to the 12th, your overall financial budgeting skills can definitely improve because Saturn is the slowest moving planet. So it can give you some guidance and better judgment on how to redirect and properly invest your finances for the long term, how to properly save your money for a rainy day. We see that business related matters, especially if you are running a business which has connections with foreign lands, any type of import export business can really start to take off when Venus is in your 12th house. And there might be a lot of dealings with foreigners, with people from different culture, race, religion, backgrounds, right? Because again, you have Rahu, the main planet, the significator, the Karaka of foreign culture, foreign lands. So, especially those people running a business, having connection with abroad, with foreigners, can do very well during this time. For married couples, it can be a problematic situation because Venus will be placed 6 places away from the 7th house that it rules. It will be in exaltation, which is a slight saving grace, but it will still be conjunct with Rahu at least till end of March, and then Saturn will join and provide more stability. But it is very imperative for you to be loyal, honest, upfront with your spouse, and avoid doing anything behind your spouse's back, or that will have really problematic consequences for you in the short term future. But it can be a great time for you to build the love, romance, and deepen your bond with your spouse in a foreign land, as in by going on a long distance vacation journey, or maybe a luxury cruise, maybe spending time by the beach or mountains, or whatever your heart desires. You should take your spouse and do some recreation, spend some good quality moments with your spouse in another country, or maybe far distance away from your homeland or from where you're living, can be a really good time for you to basically reignite the missing spark if that is the case in your marriage. Overall, the love, romance, sensuality, the bed pleasure activity will definitely be on the rise in your married life. The finances will also be getting a key focus here because, as you can see, the Artha Trikona will also be strongly activated, the 2, 6, 10, because Jupiter, activating the Rashi Parivartan Yog, you have Venus's direct impact on the 6th house, and then you also have the 10th Lord eventually conjunct with Venus in the 12th house, which indicates your focus will be definitely on finances. It could be on paying off any past loans you had taken. You might think of, basically coming out of debt, and you will start to plan according to that. It is best for you to not take any new loans, especially when this conjunction is taking place. it would be better for you to try and play it a bit safe. Unless you really know what you're doing, you are running a very good Mahadasha, Antardasha, then you could consider the possibilities there. But overall, it is time to play a bit safe in the finances area. You will also get a lot of competition. You will start to feel some heat, some competition. But with your charm, with your magnetic personality, you will be able to persuade and win over your competitors. You will not even need to be aggressive. With your innate charm that Venus will provide you, will do just the same without you even really trying hard. Because Venus will give you that, that basically charm which will attract people towards you. They will start to notice you, they will start to give you respect. They will maybe feel bad for all anything wrong they had done to you in the past. They might even apologize, and that enmity could even be turned into friendship. Overall, you could make some really good modifications to your daily work life routine, as doing so will enable you to be more productive, to be more happy, and to be more successful in your job, in your daily work activities moving forward. So, overall, this transit of Venus can be good for my Aries friends in many aspects, and in some areas, you need to be a bit more careful, especially in regards to expenditure, spending, finances, and even take a bit care of your health. But other than that, it is going to be mostly a good transit for you. All the best. For my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, Venus, the lord of your Lagna, the ruler of your ascendant, the most important planet for you, is going to transit in the all auspicious 11th house for almost 4 months. What else can you want or desire? This is a phenomenal transit for you, my friends. There are multiple reasons for this. First of all, 11th house is a Upachaya Bhava, where any planet basically gives excellent and good results. 11th house is known as the Labhasthan, the house of gains. It is also called the Ichha Purti Bhava, the house of fulfillment of desires. Venus itself is a planet of desire, a planet of luxury, prosperity, sensuality, seduction, appeal, fame, and it will be transiting there for a long time itself in the 11th house, and that too along with Rahu, the amplifier. And then eventually, your ninth lord, your destiny lord Saturn, will also be conjunct in the 11th house along with your ascendant lord and Rahu. And Rahu also co rules your ninth house, or I mean your 10th house, which is your Karma Bhava. So, Saturn Rahu co ruling your 10th house and bringing that influence to the 11th house, which means gains from different sources of income. There are strong chances of a potential bonus, promotion, salary increment in your job, or maybe a job transfer to a desired location or within an internal, different department. But in regards to the job transfer or applying for promotion bonus, the time after April will be better because Saturn's transit in the 11th can give more stability, can make the conjunction more grounded. Because Rahu is a very erratic planet, it is an amplifier, it is a materialistic planet, but for it to work very well, it has to be placed very good in your natal chart as well. So there are a lot of circumstances you need to see, like its nakshatra, the aspects, conjunction, D9 placement, a lot of things. But looking at the top level overview, the Rashi Parivartan Yoga also that Jupiter is creating in the first house, connecting the 11th, is looking amazing for your personality, for your charm. People will start to, find you very attractive, charming, magnetic. They will come to you seeking advice, counsel. They will start to notice you, give you more respect. You will start to get more fame, recognition, credit for the hard work you have been doing in your business, in your job, whatever area it might be. If you're a social media influencer, you can start to gain more followers, command more respect. Your leadership skills will start to grow, will start to enhance. People will naturally start to follow you, they will start to listen to you more because you will effortlessly be able to convince people and make them see your point of view. So, Venus will give you that powerful convincing and persuasion ability, which will be very helpful for you in your business and job related area. There are strong chances of meeting new people, making new friendships during this time. There can be some really important people you might connect with. It could be through social media, it could be through long distance traveling, vacation journeys, it could be through your workplace, through your colleagues, through your bosses. It could be through attending any business related seminar, conference, or any company sponsored event. So make note of the people that you will be meeting, right? Because you never know, how that friendship might grow over time, how that person can be of help to you, and maybe how you can be of help to them. And so the bond can increase and grow manifold. So it is a great time to enhance and build friendships. Friendships from the past can re-emerge, and you can have the option of, again, developing those long lost friendships with those people. Then we see that overall your health will also be quite good. Your health will improve during this time. It is looking to be good. From the 11th, Venus will be directly impacting your fifth house. So gains from different sources of income, stock market, real estate, sale of vehicle, sale of luxury furniture items, jewelry, just things that can, suddenly pop up where, you might think, okay, let me just sell this, and you will have liquid cash. So that can certainly play out. The stock market can be, quite profitable for some people. Again, your natal chart, mahadasha, antardasha, and all these factors have to support stock market investment. But looking at this transit, there could be some potential gains happening for some people. Overall, if there were, was any disharmony in the relationship with your children, it can be a great time to start spending some quality time with your children. As Venus's aspect, even though it's, on the debilitation sign, it is still a friendly sign, and Venus will be in its exaltation sign, so it will try to give you good results. Finally, it is the controller of your Rashi. So overall, your teaching ability, your leadership skills will also grow. And if you are in the teaching field, your students will start to appreciate your teaching ability, talents, and skills. The fifth house, overall, it can be a great time for you to pray, to recite mantras, to focus on your Ishta Devta, to do some, religious, like if you have any religious or spiritual interest, it can be a great time to develop those, because the materialistic perspective here is very strong, because your financial area will be extremely, very much activated. So the finances area is looking quite powerful. But to balance that a bit, it will be good for you to maybe get into mantra chanting, doing some yoga, meditation, maybe visiting some, religious or spiritual places that you always desired to, but maybe you never got around to it. So it can be a good time for that. Overall, your intuition skills will rise. What we say, the sixth sense, that will also become stronger. Your intelligence, your decision making ability will also become better than before. So, overall, this transit of Venus is looking amazing for your finances, for your career, for long distance traveling, journey, vacation, for investments, as long as you do it right, as long as you do your homework, for health. Basically, in all regards, it is going to be mostly a good transit for you. So use it well and to your advantage. All the best. For my Gemini Mithun Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your 10th house in its exaltation sign of Pisces. So, this is going to be quite a powerful and good transit for you. Because, first of all, Venus is going to create a Malavya Yoga in the 10th house because it is going to be in a Kendra and in exaltation. So, a very powerful yoga, especially for your career area. So, here till end of March, though, you need to be careful in the sense that you will suddenly start to see lot of traction in your career, suddenly lot of growth, lot of progress, opportunities just coming in front of you out of nowhere. Recruiters contacting you on LinkedIn, sending you emails to change your job, to join the company they are advertising, or they are soliciting. But I will say, since Rahu will also be in conjunction with Venus in the 10th, you have to be a bit careful till end of March at least. Wait for Saturn to move to the 10th house, and then you will be in a much better position to take a decision, because Saturn will provide that stability in your career area. It will help to ground that conjunction because it is a very powerful conjunction. So do not take any major career related decision, especially till end of March. Slowly from April onwards, you can think about that. But it is going to be a phenomenal time for your career growth, progress, ambition, fulfillment of desires. Strong chances of bonus, promotion, salary increment can be on the cards, especially after April. Overall, your leadership skills will start to shine. People will start to notice you, give you respect. You will start to command respect basically wherever you go. At your workplace, those who had dismissed you earlier, now they will start to ask the question to themselves, why did I not listen to that person? I need to go and seek some guidance, seek some advice. Because Venus is the planet of charm, beauty, elegance, right? That magnetic personality, that attractive kind of persona is going to be the main role of Venus in your 10th house. So, if you don't have a job and you're planning on giving interviews, try to do it when Venus is in your 10th, especially after April onwards. There are strong chances, you can impress the interviewers with your subject matter expertise, with your charm, with your wit, with your humor, and definitely land a good job with a strong salary and benefits package. Overall, you see that there can be some long distance traveling journey involved in relation to your job. It can be for attending any seminar, conference, any company sponsored events. You might even be chosen to give like a speech or a presentation, and you should take that up because that is what is going to help you succeed and rise even more in your job. We see that Rashi Parivartan Yoga is activating the 12th and 10th houses, which means again there is a strong foreign connection here. So, especially if you are working in a foreign land or you are away, quite a distance away from your birthplace or at least from where your family is, then there can be tremendous growth in the career area because the main karaka of foreign lands, foreign culture, different religion, race, background, Rahu is conjunct with Venus itself in your career house, And the Parivartan Yoga is activating the 12th, which means that for some people, even abroad relocation matters could happen. So, if you have long desired to settle in a foreign country, then lo and behold, during this transit of Venus, those things can play out for you, right? And so maybe your visa related matters could get approval if anything was stuck or pending. That can also be possibly resolved. This can be a great time for you, especially if your relationship with your father is damaged, if there are have been any, lot of issues. After the month of April, there are strong chances for you, if you truly desire it in your heart, to remedy that relationship. You will have the opportunity to do so. You will have the backing of Saturn and Venus in your 10th. And eventually, Rahu will also move out of the 10th. So, this is going to be a blessing for you to repair any damaged relationship with your father figure. If we talk about the aspect of Venus, it will be on the 4th. So, since the 12th is also activated, it can be a time where you might strongly feel to sell a property for a profit. You might think to buy a property, buy a luxury apartment, a condo, a townhouse, a single family home, or a brand new sports car or a luxury vehicle that you always wanted. But I will say take it easy. Take it a bit easy till at least March 29. Slowly from April onwards, Saturn will give you a better sense of judgment. It will make you more grounded in your decision making, which is definitely needed because Rahu is an amplifier. It is a planet very much materialistic in nature, right? So Rahu is also illusion mirage. It is a highly malefic planet. Although it will give good results in the 10th house, it being a Upchaya Bhava, you still have to be cautious in regards to spending, right? In regards to your finances, because Venus also controls your 12th house and the Rashi Parivartan is activating the same. So keep a tab on your finances because all this conjunction and all these kind of transits are going to make you want to spend a lot of money, especially connected to home, property, vehicle, luxury items, luxury furniture, luxury decor, aesthetics, whatever it might be. So take a step back, focus on managing your finances, make sure to budget according to your current financial situation and then only proceed into investments. Best to be diversified as much as possible around this time. So overall, looking at this transit of Venus in your 12th house, in your 10th house, it is looking to be excellent for the most part. Your career house is going to be very much strongly activated, and especially if you are in a foreign land or away from your birthplace, you are going to intensely feel the effects of this transit. And if you are running its Mahadasha, which is the major period, or the Antardasha, the minor period, or even the Pratyantardasha, the minor period, or the sub period, then also you will largely feel the effects, especially from the career point of view. I will also suggest to do some yoga, meditation, pranayama to balance your emotional state because there will be some pressure on your mental level due to so many planets aspecting the fourth. So better to be calm, stay focused, stay grounded. So by doing some relaxing breathing exercises, getting into meditation, yoga will do wonders for you. All the very best. For my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your ninth house in its exaltation sign of Pisces for almost 4 months. So, a very crucial and important transit for you guys, but to say the least, it will be a game changer. It will be good on many levels because there are multiple reasons for that. First thing first is that Venus is one of the most auspicious planets, right? Along with Jupiter, it is a naturally Shubha Graha. and it will now start transiting in the ninth house, which is a trine house, one of the most auspicious bhavas, and that too in its exaltation Rashi. Then we see that Rahu was placed all alone and could have been creating problems and issues in your life, in your bhagya, in your destiny. But now the teacher or advisor of demons, Daitya Guru Shukracharya, has entered the stage. So naturally, Rahu's energies will now start to work in a more holistic and positive manner, because Venus here will start to take more control. It can give you more sense of direction in life. It can help to remove any major obstacles or any hindrances to your bhagya that Rahu was creating. It can be a great time to embark on long distance travel, journey, vacation to foreign lands. It can be great time for you to pursue any spiritual or religious interest or inclination that you might have, especially if you wanted to visit a holy pilgrimage or any kind of religious institution for a long time, or go on a spiritual journey, go and meet your spiritual teacher or a spiritual leader, guru, whoever it might be. Especially after April, when Saturn enters the picture, it can be a great time to pursue such an activity, because Saturn will provide more stability and a sense of being grounded. You see that there is a Rashi Parivartan Yoga being created by Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter transiting in the Labastan in the sign of Taurus, which is Venus ruled, while Venus transiting in the sign of Pisces in the ninth house, which is Jupiter ruled. So, a very auspicious and beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yoga, activating your inflow of money, especially long distance travel, journey, vacation, can bring some profitable or profits for you. It could be through career, business, like you might travel for career related reasons, or it could be for your business, for enhancing your business prospects. But overall, long distance traveling here is showing some kind of benefic results. Then we see that the traveling can also be internally, as in your own home country. It can be on some really long road trips, long road journeys by car, because Venus Mool Trikon falls in your fourth house. So naturally, you could travel by car a lot and you could plan some really long distance, journeys during this transit. But be a bit careful till at least end of March and don't go overboard. Drive with caution, do not speed and drive. Especially Rahu, the malefic planet, the amplifier, is going to be there in the ninth. So you need to still be careful, although Venus will give you good results in long distance journeys as long as you are cautious. Overall, it can be a great time for those students wanting to pursue higher education or already pursuing higher education. you know you will start to do very well in your exams, in your academics, but you have to remain focused. If you give in to temptation and distractions, that is where the problem can start to happen, because Rahu itself is a planet of confusion, distraction, mirage. So you have to be very grounded and focused. So especially when Saturn enters the picture after April, I believe it will be even more better, because Saturn can provide that sense of stability that you need. If there are any, you know, ups and downs in the relationship with your mother, it can be a good time to get things sorted out. It can be a good time to spend some quality time with your mother and to resolve those issues, because if you don't, it can get worse. So try to work on that area if possible. Overall, there could be gains from multiple sources of income, because 11th house also being activated. So naturally, from your past investments. It could be through the stock market, it could be through real estate, sale of property, vehicles, sale of luxury furniture, item, decor, whatever it might be. There could be some profits and gains that could be realized during this transit. But till end of March, do not rush into selling anything, any valued possession that is dear to you, whether it is your home, whether it is your car, whether it is any other asset or valuable item that you have. Do not suddenly sell it just because you will make some money, because after a while you might start to really regret, and you might start to feel nostalgic about it. You might start to really feel sad within, that you should have held on to that item, and the few extra dollars or rupees didn't really matter much in the end. So be cautious of engaging in too much buying and selling, especially till end of March. Overall, the real estate sector, especially for real people dealing in buying and selling of property or buying and selling of vehicles, automobile business, can really start to see a lot of profit and growth in their businesses. So that area is also looking to be strongly activated. But being ethical here is going to be very key in how you conduct your business, because if you are not, then there can be some really bad repercussions for you. Because if you only focus on the profit, on the money, and you don't focus on people as human beings, then there could be some problematic scenario down the road. Because Rahu here, along with the planet of justice, Saturn and Venus. So this is a good but tricky combination. So you have to be very moral, ethical when doing business connected to real estate, to property, to vehicles, to sale of any fixed assets, to sale of land, to sale of any kind of agricultural land, you can say. So overall, that is going to be a key area to remember. So overall, looking at this transit, it is going to be mostly good for my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, and I hope you gain a lot of benefit from it. All the best. For my Leo Simha Rashi friends, Venus is going to transit in your 8th house for almost 4 months in its exaltation sign of Pisces. So this is going to be quite an interesting transit for you, because your 8th house, the Ashtam Bhava, is going to be very strongly activated by Rahu, Venus, and then eventually Saturn will also join the camp. So what does that signify? Well, Venus Mool Trikon is in your 3rd house, right? So Parakram is the key word here. Effort, focus, energy, determination, consistency can yield tremendous results in the domain of research, right? Research and development, R&D. It can be in any investigation type of field like CBI, FBI, who are trying to crack or solve a cold case, trying to unravel a mystery. Any type of scientist working in the pharmaceutical industry, making a sudden discovery which can change the lives of people, be revolutionary in nature. This is the kind of transit that is taking place here. It can even kind of deepen your interest towards the occult sciences field, like astrology, astronomy, tarot, numerology, palmistry, Vastu Shastra, and much more. So, if you have any interest in it, you should definitely pursue it more, try to learn about it more, and it will give you more happiness, more fulfillment. Because 8th house is one of the moksha trikona. So, engaging yourself in spiritual, religious activities can also be quite good. You see that 8th house is also connected to inheritance. So there are strong chances of, getting inheritance, or it could be sudden unexpected wealth from your spouse, from in-laws, from insurance, from like any claim settlement, or it could be through your past investments. Something just suddenly out of the blue that could happen. Or it can be even in the form of a bonus, promotion, or a salary increment. Reason being, there is a beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yog being activated by Jupiter. Because Jupiter is transiting in your 10th house in the sign of Taurus, ruled by Venus, and vice versa, where Venus is transiting in the sign of Pisces, ruled by Jupiter in the 8th house. So, 8th house is the house of sudden unearned wealth or sudden unexpected wealth flow. So, it can also come in the form of a sudden promotion, sudden bonus. Out of nowhere, you could even think, did I even really deserve that? But it just happens. Sometimes things just happen, your luck just clicks, and suddenly, you know, you are one step ahead of the game. So it is looking that kind of transit because all three planets are also impacting the second house, which is the wealth house. But the aspect of Venus will be a debilitated one, although not a bad aspect. It is falling on the friendly sign of Virgo. So as long as you are wise and careful with your financial investments, on how how well you diversify your portfolio, you will do great. You will achieve strong financial stability, and you will start to feel very good about your financial situation and circumstance. If you are suffering from any chronic health issues, it's just not going away, not, it's being very bothersome, it can be a great time to again do a deep dive into what could be causing those issues, because there are strong chances that you might be able to uncover the reality of what might be the genuine cure for your, chronic related ailment. Then we see that overall career related growth and progress can be sudden and unexpected, but it can be reverse as well, especially if you are not running a good Mahadasha Antardasha, or the position in your natal chart is very weak of Venus. Then sudden unexpected demotion, you know, layoff, or even any kind of, you know, you being reprimanded for certain behavior, action could happen. Again, if those factors are aligning that way. But if you are running a very good Mahadasha, Antardasha, all these factors, then sudden unexpected growth, progress, and success can also be expected. One key advice would be to refrain from engaging in any kind of disputes, arguments, quarrels with your colleagues, with your subordinates, with your managers, supervisors. Instead, stay completely focused on your job, on your duties, and you will do fine. So, overall, the transit of Venus is going to be good in certain areas, and in some areas, you have to be a bit more careful. Even as I said, with the career area, even in the relationship with your in laws, from your spouse's side, you have to be a bit careful in the dealings with your in laws and even with your father, because the Lord of your 10th is going to transit in the 8th, and it will also be conjunct eventually with the Lord of the 7th. So, with keeping these things in mind, I think you can make tremendous progress in this transit of Venus if you play your cards right. All the best. For my Virgo Kanya Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your 7th house in its exaltation sign of Pisces for almost a period of 4 months. Now, this is going to be an excellent and auspicious placement and transit for you. There are multiple reasons for this. First of all, Venus is a good planet for your Lagna, for your Rashi, because it controls very auspicious houses in your chart. the second house of wealth, and the ninth house of Bhagya. And it is great friends with the ruler of your sign, Mercury. Then it is creating in this Gochar transit a very auspicious Malavya Yoga, because it is going to transit in the Kendra Bhava, which is the center house, in the seventh in its exaltation Uchcharashi Meen. So, naturally, for the business minded people or the people who are running their own business, can start to do very powerfully in this time period, especially if Rahu is also well placed in their chart, or if Jupiter is well placed. Then sudden profits, sudden increase in profits, revenues maximizing, cost going down, unnecessary expenses being reduced, can start to happen, because alone Rahu here was not able to do good. But with the guidance of the advisor of demons, the teacher of the Rakshasa, Shukracharya itself, Rahu will also start to perform better. Its energies will start to be directed in a more positive manner. So it is great news for business related activities. Just do not go overboard, do not become overconfident, because Rahu is an amplifier. And finally, it is a very malefic planet and a planet of illusion, deception, and mirage. So do your homework, do your proper due diligence, market research analysis, and then only do any implementation. Especially if you can wait till after April to implement any significant ideas, it will be better, because Saturn will transit to your seventh house and join the camp. And Saturn is a very slow moving planet. It is a good planet for you, and it can try to provide you with more stability, with a more sense of direction, and with basically a sense of being grounded, and that will help you to take more effective and proper decisions for your business. Even for married life, you know those couples already married, you can experience a lot of passion, love, romance, sensuality in your marriage during this transit. Venus, the natural planet of love, romance, is going to transit in your seventh house itself. And there is a beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yoga being created between Jupiter and Venus, Jupiter activating the ninth house. So if you wanted to, travel with your spouse to a foreign land for a nice vacation, long distance journey, road trip, or going on a nice vacation like a luxury cruise or a safari, or whatever it might be, it is the perfect time to do so. It can be a very joyous time for you if you embark on such travels. Then, if you think about single people wanting to get married, a very strong yoga is activated here for almost 4 months. But I will say the time from April will be a bit more stable for single people wanting to get married. The proposals or the alliances that might come to you might have more depth to them, might be more compatible in one way or the other. Because still Rahu is there, you have to be a bit more cautious. But I think when Saturn enters the seventh, there can be a bit more stability to that domain. And if all other factors being equal, like you are running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha, you are running, let's say, Jupiter Mahadasha itself and Venus Antardasha, then strong chance of marriage possibly taking place as well. So those desiring of getting married can see some really good effects, of possibly their dreams coming true, because even Jupiter in the Bhagyastan, the Lord of the seventh, is looking very auspicious. So, a lot of travels, journeys, vacation. It could also be travels related to your business, conducting business in foreign countries, meeting people from different background, culture, race, religion, language. So that can also be a quite a enlightening experience for you. It will help you to gain new perspectives in life. And then we see that Venus controls your second house. So wealth and finances will be on your mind. So, definitely, your wealth accumulation will start to increase more, and it can come through your business area. Profits can start to accumulate, your bank balance can start to increase, giving you a sense of more financial stability. There can be some fun family reunion on the cards as well, and it could be planned, quite a distance away from your home place. It could be at a farmhouse or something, at a hill station, and it can be a really nice rejuvenation. The aspect on your ascendant is also looking to be quite good. It is a debilitated aspect, but still, it is on the friendly sign of Virgo. It is a good planet for you. So, overall, your personality will become very attractive. You might not speak much, but you will have a strong impact on whoever you interact with. You will be able to persuade them and make them see your point of view. So your convincing ability will sharply increase. Your overall persona will become very attractive to people, and everyone will just want to be near you. They will want to be near you, seeking advice, counsel, and everyone will want to be in your vicinity. Overall, your health, your vitality, your aura, everything is going to improve and keep getting better. So, lo and behold, this is going to be a very powerful transit, and for the most part, a auspicious one for my Virgo friends, and I wish you all the best. Alright, before I dive into the prediction for the next sign Libra, let me take some time to show you a really cool app that I discovered recently. It is an Eastern astrology Jyotish based app called Moonly, Moonly. iOS users can download it via App Store, whereas Android users can download it via Google Play. So, let me take some time to show you its exciting features. From the App Store, I was able to download this app, which I will now open. This is the front page of this beautiful app. As you can see, the user interface is absolutely stunning. So let me show you the first key feature of this app, which is the lunar calendar. If I click on the calendar icon, it opens up the month of Jan 2025. It breaks down the complete cycle and the phases of the planet moon from new moon all the way up to the full moon, from the dark half all the way to the bright half. Why is this important? Well, moon is a very crucial planet in Vedic astrology, which impacts the mind and emotions of a human being and has a strong impact also on the subconscious thinking pattern. So, as you can see, since it influences our decision making process to a great extent, it is vital to pay key attention to the lunar cycle and phases of the full moon, of the new moon, and even the moon eclipse. So, for example, today is the 13th of Jan and I'm recording this video. It is the full moon, Purnima, a very auspicious day to start anything new. But as you see, the moon will slowly inch towards the dark half. It will start waning till it reaches and becomes the new moon on the 29th of Jan. On the new moon, as per the basic Vedic astrology rule, is to avoid any auspicious activities or events such as getting married, buying a new house, investing, whatever it might be. Any major event should be avoided if possible on a new moon day. So, this calendar can really help you to plan out these events by observing the moon cycle and phases. So, not just for the month, but you can even plan it out for the remainder of the year, because I have the ability to look at February, March, April, and so forth till the end of the year. So, for example, I am seeing here on March 13, there is going to be an eclipse, a moon eclipse, a Chandragrahan. So, one needs to maintain caution in this day and maybe a day or two before and after as well. So, this is why this lunar calendar can be exceptionally helpful for observing these phenomena such as the full moon, new moon, and eclipses. Alright, so the next key feature I would like to show you is the recommendation section. So this personalized section gives good individual insights based on your birth data, on your natal chart. So in this scenario, I plugged in a random birth chart detail to generate a sample chart for demonstration purposes, but to give you an idea of how the personalized recommendation will look like. So for today, it is showing that only spiritual actions and spiritual area is really supported and favorable, whereas the other areas like beauty, completion, romance, big decision making, career, traveling are not that favorable. So it can give really good personalized insights based on your birth chart, and then you can plan accordingly. So for example, if I go to the next day, Jan 14, see how the things are changing. For Jan 14, self care, beauty, completion, traveling, social activity, spirituality are all looking favorable. Career, romance, big decision making are not that favorable, and health is neutral. So basically, you can plan according to that. And then it further breaks it down in the nakshatra transit, which is the lunar mansion of the moon itself, as well as you can see it gives more detail about the Krishna Pratipada, and then even the day Lord Mars rules Tuesday. And so it gives a brief description as well as its color, red and orange. So helpful. All right, now let's transition to the birth chart feature. A very important and vital feature in this app is your personal birth chart, right? So once you pay the fee to unlock this feature and you click on your birth chart, it is going to open up your details and your chart. So this is a sample example birth data that I have put in here. It is not related to anyone. It's just a random, day, time, and birth place I put in to give, for demonstration purposes. So this is the birth chart that was created, and look how beautiful it looks. It has all the 9 planets in the different constellations, in the different houses. And so, there is no need to really visit a traditional astrologer to get your birth chart, because here it will be in your mobile phone, in your app, saved and stored once you get this birth chart. So as a quick reference, you can always refer to this. And then further detail it gives, breaking down of the ascendant personality traits. Then it says the moon in Gemini, sun in Aries. So you can always click on it and read it up. It is very much detailed, right? So if you keep scrolling down, it's going to give you a lot of good information on your ascendant, on your moon sign, on your sun sign. And then it further breaks it down into your strengths, weaknesses, what brings you the joy, prosperity, wealth, happiness in life. If you click on this, it's showing Artha. So basically, your Artha houses are probably strongly dominating this chart. So it's showing that. And then if you keep scrolling down, it's showing the Atmakaraka planet, the soul planet, as Mercury. And then you can read up more on it, and it can give you an idea on how to align with those energies, right? It can show the ascendant, the karmic task, the soul purpose, and much more with the natal chart, and also some weak areas in the chart which can be worked upon, and it can give some really good like remedies and stuff. So you can definitely read up more in detail based on the natal birth chart badges that are all here, and they have amazing detail in them. So the badges can really help to understand how to harmonize with your karma or uncover the life purpose. All right, so now we can test the other key feature, which is the birth chart matching, the compatibility matching, right? Maybe with your partner, you can do that. So here, let's test it out. I will do test 2, or I can just, for example, put the name as, let's just say Jane. And we can do place of birth as we can do Dallas, Texas. Date of birth we can just put as let's just do, oh, that's going way back ahead. Let me just do 1995, and we will do time of birth as just, whatever the time is. And if we do calculate, so it might take a minute, but it is now going to match the data of user 1 and the one we just created, and it is going to show us the compatibility factors on different areas of life. So this is also a very good feature to explore. I believe it is a paid feature, but once you unlock it, you can really get some good insights into that horoscope match. So this is the birth chart for the person we just created. The person we did the compatibility matching with, and it breaks it down into different areas like romance, karma, business, stability, fortune, joy. So as you can see, this is amazing, right? So different areas, and it gives you romance is 1 out of 5, karma is 3 out of 5, business is 3 out of 5, stability is 1 out of 5. So then basically you can click on it as well and read in more detail if you need to. All right, so now let's see. It also breaks it down into further personality traits, and again gives the whole kind of spiel. What we went through right now is all those badges again, breaking down everything for that birth chart. So amazing, amazing, right? So you get to see all these different factors in the person you're potentially thinking of marrying or getting into a relationship with. You can check all these factors and decide if you are compatible or not. So that is a good feature to explore. And then one more thing I wanted to show is your personal forecast, which is an add-on you can get for 2025. So this is the personal forecast for this chart that we created. It's breaking everything down by the months: career, relationship, health, education, self development, spirituality, and so on and on. You will see for the remainder of the year, it will cover all those areas. So it can be very helpful to use as a guide because it is very much in detail. So that is that. And then the final few things I wanted to show you is the affirmation section here, where every day those will be renewed. Today's affirmation: I give attention to all my emotions and don't label them good and bad. So this is also a very creative section where you can filter out by different areas like relationship. You can do confirm, and then I can build strong and prosperous relationships. So you see how really innovative this section is. It can generate a lot of positive feelings and happiness within yourself by reading these affirmations every day, as it instills a lot of positivity in life. Then there is a practice section for tarot and runes. So for people interested in tarot reading, you can ask the question to yourself and then click on the cards, and basically then you can even go deeper if you need to. And then there is a single card as well which you can open up, read more about it, the card of the day, if you will. And then if you see, you can read about all these different cards right here. If you click on that, very detailed, and just it looks so beautiful. And then for runes, which is, I believe, an ancient symbol used for meditation techniques and purposes. You can also meditate on the rune and then read more about it if you need to, how to use it, and all these different runes, and read in detail about those and find the ones you like for meditation. I believe with the free version you get some features. With their plan, I believe the monthly, annually, or lifetime subscription, I believe you have access to the lunar calendar as well as the tarot and runes section that we just went over. But to really unlock the potential of this app, I believe uh, paying the fees can really help to unlock many of these very good features. And then this is the healing section, where there is a lot of meditations, relaxation, mantras, audio affirmations, prayers, boosting the energy, love and gratitude, and so on and on. So amazing stuff in here. So let's just listen to this for a second. So this is a meditation for beginners.
Hello, dear friend. Welcome to the world of moonly meditations.
So as you can see, amazing stuff, and so much, so many things here to discover. So many badges and tiles that you can explore, and all the mantras for the planets. Amazing to see that. So a lot to explore here in this healing section as well. You can listen to these mantras and meditate while doing yoga, pranayama, or any other form of mindfulness meditations. Then finally, the wisdom section, where there are courses that can be purchased if you're desiring that. So this one, Harmony with the Moon, can help to basically align your energy with the lunar phases and cycles. And then there are all these other courses you can take: the morning and evening rituals, the runes course. And then let me just show you this one: morning and evening rituals, daily practices and rituals, right, to harmonize yourself with your inner energy, and eventually uh, cultivate a very positive outlook towards daily life. And then the 3-day intro course, which I believe is free, so you can check that out as well. And then there are a lot of articles, really good articles that you can read. This one is about gratitude, and then you can read up on all these amazing articles there are. Vipassana. So a lot of stuff here to explore. I've just scratched the surface here, to be honest. But as you can see, the birth chart is the most important feature, upon which then you can add layers. So layers as in the compatibility matching, the yearly forecast, but all that is based on your personalized birth chart that you can get. And then you can even get these daily recommendations, and you can check those recommendations moving forward and adjusting the calendar, and really exploring this in full and to its max potential, because it does have a lot to offer. So I believe I covered all the mostly major features that this wonderful app has to offer. And again, I will post the link in the description box below for your convenience. You can even visit their website. I believe it's moonly.app, and read about their mission, their initiatives. But basically, as I mentioned before, you can download it via the App Store for iOS, iPhone users, and for Android users, you can download it via Google Play. And then it is, the basic features are going to be limited, the free version. And then it depends on how much you want to add on, and it's pay as you go, the more you want to explore and utilize the different features of this app. So thank you for watching. For my Libra Tula Rashi friends, the Lord of your ascendant, the ruler of your first house itself, Venus, will be transiting in your sixth house in its exaltation Uchcharashi of Meen, which is known as Pisces. And it will be for almost a span of 4 months. So, this is a very crucial transit, first of all, because it is your ascendant lord itself. If you're looking from the moon perspective, it is the lord of your moon sign as well, and it will be in the sixth house. So, sixth house being a Upchaya Bhava, it is a growth house. So, degree by degree, as Venus keeps moving forward, it will start to give more and more pronounced effects, especially in connection with your daily job, your work routine. So, since it will be intensely activated by Rahu, Venus, and eventually Saturn will also join the camp from April onwards, it is important for you to retrospect and introspect and see if you need to make any modifications to your daily work routine, your pattern, whether you need to modify your fitness regime, you need to modify your diet, you need to modify your life pattern by just taking any new classes, by learning new skills, by doing something that will make you a more productive member of the society, that can help you to become internally happy, satisfied, gain that sense of fulfillment. Because doing these extracurricular things will help you to become 10 times more productive, and it will help you to really give it your best back in your job, in your business, in your self venture, anything that you are running on your own. Because sixth house is the effort, how much effort, how much service we are doing, we are putting, how much seva we are doing. So even any type of service work, any type of volunteer activities, even charitable activities can be quite good during this time, because it is a artha trikona. So naturally your wealth will also be activated. It is a wealth generation house. So income source can be generated from career area. It could be from unexpected sources, like from your spouse's family, from your in-laws, from your uh, insurance settlement, from any past speculative investments. So these sort of things might suddenly and unexpectedly play out, because there is a Rashi Parivartan Yog between the sixth lord and the eighth lord, which is between Venus and Jupiter. So naturally, eighth house being activated indicates sudden unexpected events playing out, and it could be benefits or it could be even problematic scenarios. Now that depends on what Mahadasha, Antardasha you are running, this placement of planets in your natal chart. But looking at the top level overview, it is going to be 4 months full of surprises. It could be ups and downs, or it could be just like a airplane taking off, and you just the time just keeps getting better and better. Or it could be the other way around. Again, it largely depends on your natal chart, because the eighth house activation is a bit tough to predict, because it is a hidden house. It is the natural sign of Scorpio. The symbol of Scorpio is a scorpion, and as you know, it usually hides underground, right? So it is a very deep, dark, mysterious house, and sometimes the things that unfold might not easily be visible to the basically to your in front of you, but it will play out eventually, and you will have to accept it, whether it is good or bad. But overall, since Venus is the lord of your ascendant, and it is creating a very auspicious Rashi Parivartan Yog, and it is also exalted, the transit should be for the most part be very good. It can also be quite a fruitful time for you to think of repaying any loans you had taken in the past. It can also be a good time to think of potentially taking new loans. Again, you really have to see your natal chart for this. You have to make sure it supports that. But for small funding of ventures, of business, or any other area, taking of loans could be supported to an extent, especially after April onwards when Saturn enters the sixth house. It can be a great time for driving out competition, to defeating your enemies, to identifying your enemies, to tactfully dealing with them by being sweet, by being convincing, by being persuasive. You can win over your enemies because Venus is not a planet like Mars, which is confrontational. Venus has the charm, the magnetism, the attraction. So, with your personality just naturally, ruled by Venus and it now being exalted, it can help you to win over competition, win over your enemies, and, succeed and get on top over and above everyone. So, you can start thinking along those lines, especially connected to your business and to your job. Then we see the aspect of Venus will also be on your 12th house. So spending will be there on the cards, definitely, but it can be for things that you enjoy or desire, such as shopping, going for a vacation, movie, going on a fancy romantic date, or whatnot, right? But since the materialistic aspect is so higher, it can be good to even engage in some, charitable activities, donation. And see, donation, even $1 or 1 rupee donation goes a long way than not donating at all. And it is always the act that counts and not the quantity. It is always the quality and never the amount or the quantity. It is always going to be the kind act and gesture that a person or individual shows or does in their life. And it doesn't always have to be monetary, it can even be any type of seva. It can be helping out with some social service organization, helping out the poor and needy, or helping out any disabled people or older people. Volunteer work can do wonders here, because Saturn will also be eventually joining the sixth and impacting the 12th house. Also, doing some yoga, meditation, pranayama can help to channel your 12th house energies in a positive way and can give you better sleep quality, especially if you have been suffering from any sleep disorders like insomnia. So, for the most part, Tula Rashi people are going to have a good transit of Venus, their ascendant lord itself. So, I wish you all the best and take care. For my Scorpio Vrishika Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your fifth house in its exaltation sign of Pisces for almost 4 months. Now, this is a good placement. Fifth house is a trine house, it is a very auspicious house, and Venus is one of the most beneficial planets there is. It also rules quite important houses in your chart, especially the seventh house of marriage, of partnerships, of business, of long distance travel, journey, vacation. It also controls your 12th house of foreign lands, and now it will transit in the fifth. So, what does that signify? Because there is also a beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yog between Venus and Jupiter that is being activated. And to add to that, Venus will also be conjunct with Rahu, the amplifier, and eventually Saturn will also join the camp. So basically, the highlight here can be on your love and romance area. If you have been single for a while, there are strong chances that you will start to get feelings, intense feelings, of finding a new relationship, of finding a partner, because Venus is the natural planet of love, romance, sensuality, desire. So when it transits in your fifth for such a long time, there are strong chances of single people getting into a new relationship. But especially till end of March, take it a bit easy and do not jump into a new relationship without properly knowing that individual. Reason being, Rahu is conjunct with Venus, and Rahu is an amplifier. It will try to, give you, basically give you a lot of temptations, but sometimes temptations might not work out for the better in the long run, because Rahu finally is a planet of malefic nature. It is a planet of illusion, deception. So you need to be careful with who you really, are getting close with. You have to find out everything about that individual and then proceed. Especially, it will be better after Saturn enters your fifth house, as it will try to provide a bit more stability. Because Saturn is the slowest moving planet, it can try to ground your decision making. Because your mind will be very active in this time period, your decision making skills will be tested, but overall it will be good because you have such powerful activation of the fifth house, means your intelligence, decision making will become sharper than ever before. So there can be a lot of, especially for couples already in a relationship, they might even think of taking it to the next level, think of even getting married, because here the fifth, seventh are also, connecting with the Rashi Parivartan Yoga. So, all factors considered equal, if you are running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha, like Venus, Jupiter, Jupiter, Venus, there are strong chances of people who are in a relationship, they might take it to the next level and even get married. There are also going to be some expenses on the card related to traveling. It could be international travel, it could be long distance travel, and that can be travel for leisure, such as a vacation, a nice, trip to like a hill station, to a fancy resort, or it could be going on a luxury cruise with your spouse, with your partner, with your, with your loved ones. So it is looking good for that. Even your mind might be very much focused on speculation area. When I say speculation, mainly the stock market, or these days, cryptocurrency, or whatever other options there are. But I will say be very careful with high risk speculative investments, especially till end of May, till about May 17, till Rahu is in your fifth house. Because if Rahu is not well placed in your chart, and if you don't do your proper due diligence analysis, you don't do your homework, and then you just blindly invest in high risk investments, then you could also lose money. But if you're running a very good dasha, antardasha, the planets in your chart are pretty good. They're placed in good nakshatras, good conjunctions, good aspects, um, in good padas. So all these things, if they are in your favor, then investments can be fruitful, profitable. You could benefit from your past investments as well. So that is one good thing I'm seeing here. Because as we see from the fifth house, Venus's direct impact will be on your 11th house, the house of gains from multiple sources of income, the house of desires, wish fulfillment. Although it will be a debilitated aspect, but still it will be a good aspect because it falls on the friendly sign of Virgo. Virgo is ruled by the best friend of Venus, which is Mercury. So the aspect will also be strong because Venus will be exalted. So basically, all your long term dreams, desires, wish fulfillment can start to now see some actual reality, or basically it start to happen in the real sense. But again, don't throw caution to the wind, because things are now going to start to change for the better. You can start to notice some really good things happening. So don't get swayed too much by it. Stay grounded. It will be better for you. In also relationship with your children, if there were any issues, if you have any children, things were not going well. Now finally there can be betterment. Try to spend some good quality time with your children, because that can help to repair any damaged relationship. Venus is a natural planet, of good luck, of negotiation, of good persuasion, of good convincing skill and abilities. So if you just have a good conversation with your kids, with your children, then I believe you can certainly try to re-establish the broken relationship and be on the same page moving forward. So, overall, this transit of Venus is looking quite good from many aspects, as we can see. Just play your cards right. Try not to go overboard with financial investments. If you have to spend it on things that you enjoy, that you love, whether it's traveling, vacation, journey, romantic dates, buying something nice for your spouse or for your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever it might be. Spend it on these things which will be appreciated by the loved ones, or which you yourself desire or enjoy in your day-to-day life. So, overall, looking good for my Scorpio friends, and I wish you all the best. For my Sagittarius Dhanu Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your fourth house in its exaltation sign of Pisces for almost 4 months. So, it is a very strong activation of the Malavya Yoga in your transit by Gochara, because Venus will be in a Kendra house in its Ucha Rashi of Meena. So, naturally, this is a very auspicious planetary combination transit, because it will also be conjunct with Rahu. Rahu being all alone is not a good thing in the fourth house, because its energy can be erratic. But now, the teacher and advisor of the demons, what we say, the Daitya Guru Shukracharya, has entered the stage. So now, naturally, Rahu's energy will start to work in a more fruitful and positive manner. Then we see eventually Saturn will also join the camp after April. There is also a beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yoga created between Venus and Jupiter. Jupiter in the sign of Taurus in your sixth, which is ruled by Venus, and Venus in the sign of Pisces in your fourth, which is ruled by Jupiter. So, what does this all signify? Well, for one, with your hard work, parakram, self effort, bravery, courage, confidence, you will be able to achieve a lot, especially in making your dreams a reality. Your dreams, goals, desires, ambitions can slowly start to fructify, because Venus's Mool Trikon falls in your 11th house, the house of desires, gains, Ichha Purti Bhava, right? So, Venus is going to help you to fructify those desires, and especially with your hard work and effort, it can certainly happen, because your third house will also be strongly activated, as the co-rulers Saturn and Rahu will be conjunct with Venus. So the sixth also being activated means there can be a really good change in your day-to-day routine, in your day-to-day activities, like any sort of modification which can help you become more productive, give you more sense of fulfillment, joy and happiness, and help you to perform better in your day-to-day job, which can lead to a possible bonus, promotion, salary increment, desired job transfer to a different location, or within the same organization but in a different department. If things were not going smooth with your colleagues or bosses or your subordinates, those issues can also be resolved with your innate charm, with your pleasing personality, with your convincing skills of persuasion, because Venus direct impact will be on your 10th house, and this will be a good impact, a good aspect, because Venus here is very powerful in transit, and it is aspecting, although the debilitated sign Virgo, it is still a friendly sign, because it is ruled by its best friend Mercury. So naturally, career related growth and progress is seen here. There are also chances of some dealings with property, real estate, and vehicle related matters. There are chances you might think of selling your property or vehicle for some money, or there are chances you might also think of taking a loan to fund such a project, like buying properties, funding for real estate ventures, or it could be to buy the dream car that you always wanted. Because Rahu here in the fourth is an amplifier. Venus Rahu conjunction and then even Saturn joining the camp is a very strong activation of the fourth house. You might also think of decorating your house with luxury furniture, items, luxury decor, improving the aesthetics of your house, making it look all spiffy and nice. And then we see that fourth is also going to be connected to, you know, basically grandeur. Like whether you're running any sort of business, any sort of self venture, any sort of, sole proprietorship business, then you might think of making it just like very lavish, making it so beautiful, whether it's the actual business product, whether it's the website, whether it's, just the advertising marketing campaign. You will put in a lot of hard work and effort to make it super appealing to people so that you can generate more sales, get more customers, and attract a more diverse clientele base. So, fourth house is also going to be connected to your mother. So, there can be some strong activation in relationship to your mother. There are possibility that there could be some ups and downs till end of March, but then there can be more stability in your relationship with your mother. Make sure that she also takes good care of your health. Otherwise, it could be impacted in a negative way if she is herself running an unfavorable Mahadasha Antardasha. Even for you, it would be good to take up some yoga, meditation, pranayama, do some relaxing breathing exercises, exercising, meditation, going out, spending quality time in the nature, taking walks, because your fourth house is connected to your mental and emotional well being. So, if you do these kind of activities, it will help to channel the intense energy activation of your fourth house in a positive and fruitful way. So, overall, it is going to be a great time even for identifying your well wishers and your enemies, or basically people who do not wish you well. Because the sixth house and fourth is, intensely, basically, it's uncovering your true well wishers, the people in your life who are like family for you. They can do anything for you, go above and beyond. And then you might also be able to identify the people who speak very sweetly but might not want the best for you, who are not your well wishers. And that will help you to keep those people at a base distance and to keep those people close to you who truly are genuine and mean well. So these are some excellent combinations and aspects that I'm seeing for the Venus transit for my Sagittarius friends. So it is going to be a mostly positive one. Your overall friend circle can also expand, increase, and there are chances of friends from the past re-emerging and some friendships really growing and blossoming into beautiful, relationships, into beautiful, harmonious, friendly relationships for the long run. So I hope you benefit a lot from this transit and I wish you all the best. For my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your third house in its exaltation sign of Pisces for almost 4 months. So this is a good transit for you in the Parakram Bhava. Reason being, Venus is a very beneficial planet as it controls the all auspicious Trikon and Kendra Bhava in your chart. So naturally, it will be at its strongest when it's in its Uchcharashi Meen to give its full potential results. So especially if you are running its Mahadasha, the major period, or the Antardasha, the minor period, or even to an extent the Pratyantardasha, the sub period, then also you will get to see these amazing results that can play out. There is also going to be a beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yog being activated between Venus and Jupiter, the two most auspicious planets. Jupiter being placed in the sign of Taurus in your fifth house, which is ruled by Venus, while Venus placed in the sign of Jupiter, which is Pisces, in the third house. So, this exchange of energy is looking phenomenal. And then you also have Venus conjunct with Rahu, the amplifier, the planet which loves materialistic pleasures. And then eventually Saturn, the lord of your ascendant, also joining the camp after April. So, what does this all signify? Well, for one, with your hard work, with your parakram, with your persistence, now you will start to see amazing results in your career area. If you were feeling stuck, if you are not getting the growth and the kind of, you know, promotion or bonus or salary increment that you desired, well, there is a strong chance it can now start to happen for you. It can eventually become a reality because Venus's Mool Trikon is in your career house itself. And since it is now so strongly activated, it will try to give you good gains. So if you don't have a job, I highly recommend keep applying, give lots of interviews. With your charm, wit, humor, subject matter expertise, you can certainly land a new job with a decent salary and benefits package. Your leadership skills will start to grow. People will start to recognize within your organization. They will feel that this individual has a lot of potential, lot of value, so we need to invest in this individual more. So you will start to gain more credit, recognition, respect for the work and the hard effort that you have been putting in. So continue to do so and you will see the gains manifold. You will start to see a lot of good growth and progress in your daily job. If I talk about your father, the relationship with the father can be intensely activated in this time period and there can be some ups and downs. So be a bit careful, try to be polite, try to work things out if you're not on the same page, because especially till end of March, there can be some turbulence in the relationship with your father, and then from April onwards there can be more stability. But overall, there are going to be no more hindrances, blockages in relation to your career area, because even your Sade Sati for the moon sign people is going to completely end in April. And on April 1st itself, it is going to be over. So, great news for you guys. Then we see that due to the Rashi Parivartan Yoga, which is strongly activated, you know, investments can pay off. Past speculative investments, if you have done those, you could see some good returns around this time play out. And, overall, it can be a great time for the love and romance area as well. If you don't have someone, if you're single, strong chances of potentially connecting with someone through social media, through internet, through dating apps, through matrimonial websites, through your siblings, especially younger siblings, through your neighbors, or it could be through taking a class, a dance class, or any type of creative venture, a Zumba class, a fitness class, joining a sports team. These are some avenues through which potentially you could meet someone, or even through the workplace, because Venus's Mool Trikon is in your career house itself. So strong chances you could connect with someone at the workplace. Maybe you are traveling for a conference, a seminar, a company sponsored event where you connect with someone, hit it off, and you start a new relationship. So from the third house, we are seeing Venus also directly impact the ninth. So although this is a debilitated aspect, it is not a enemy one, because Virgo is a friendly sign for Venus. It is ruled by its best friend Mercury. Also, it is not a weak aspect because Venus is in exaltation, right? So it is a Upchaya Bhava growth house where Venus will start to keep, giving better and better results. Rahu already does well in the third house, and so does Saturn. So overall, it is a big bonanza for you. And with your hard work, effort, bravery, courage, confidence, being assertive, creating an actionable plan for your goals, objectives, whatever you want to achieve in this year, create that actionable plan and then follow through with it. Work on your goals, on your actionable items, because your destiny will start to support you more. Your bhagya will become strongly active. Long distance journeys, travel, vacations can be quite fruitful during this time. And if you had put that aside for a long time, it can be good to take that back up. If you need to do some traveling, do that. If you are into spirituality, religion, then you can explore that facet a bit more, whether it is visiting any ashram, doing any pilgrimage, visiting any ancient religious institution or spiritual retreat of your choice. It can be good. So pursuing those type of activities can also pay off quite well from the spiritual and emotional mindset, especially for those students studying in a foreign land, pursuing masters, PhD program, higher education can also do quite well in this period, as long as they don't succumb to temptations and distractions, because there can be many. Because Venus Rahu conjunction is, it can cause a lot of distractions. But if you keep that aside, you focus solely on your studies, on your goals, on your higher academic pursuit, then you will do excellent. You will perform very well in your academics. Overall, your intelligence, your decision making ability will be sharper than ever before. Your sixth sense, your intuition will also be very strong during this time. Just avoid high risk speculative investments unless you truly know what you're doing. Your Mahadasha, Antardasha, the position of planets in your natal chart are also supporting the same. Then you can think about it. But otherwise, try to be a bit more cautious with your finances, although it is looking to be a much more profitable time for you. So I believe it is going to be an excellent transit for my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, and I wish you all the best. For my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your second house in its exaltation sign of Pisces for a period of almost 4 months. Now, this is looking to be a phenomenal transit for you. Multiple reasons for that. The first one is Venus is a very good planet for your sign, for your ascendant sign, for your moon sign, because it is a yoga karak, as it controls the very auspicious trine and center house. So it will be at its strongest now in Gochar transit to give you its peak results. So if you are running its major minor period, then you will get to feel the amazing effects of this transit even more. So in the second house, in the Dhanastan, along with the amplifier Rahu, eventually Saturn also joining Venus and Rahu, is such a powerful yoga or activation of your wealth house, of your finances, of your money flow. Because as you see, there is a beautiful Rashi Parivartan yoga created between Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter in the sign of Taurus, which is Venus ruled, in the fourth, and Venus in the sign of Pisces, which is Jupiter ruled, in your second house. So, this exchange of energy is looking to be quite fruitful, because Venus will also absorb the energy of Jupiter, and Jupiter's Mool Trikon is in the 11th house. So, money, finances will be on your mind, and not just that, you can get to experience money inflow from various sources of income. You will start to feel more financially stable than before. Your wealth accumulation, your liquid cash will start to increase. You might even think of buying some precious metals, jewelry. Basically, you will try to diversify a bit. You might think of expanding your portfolio, diversification. You might think of investing in real estate, property, vehicles. There are strong chances some people might think of buying a new car, a dream car they always wanted, because Venus is the Karaka of cars and Venus is the planet of luxury. So, more towards luxury car. And due to the Rashi Parivartan Yoga, Jupiter is in expansion mode here in the fourth house, especially even relation to property. Strong chances you might feel of buying a new house, you know, beautiful house, making it look all nice and spiffy and luxurious and working on the aesthetics. Or if you already have a house, making it look nice by buying more, luxurious brand new home decor. Or you might think of selling your house for a decent profit. And if all other factors are equal, if you are running a good Mahadasha, Antardasha, if the position of some of these planets are very positive in your chart, then lo and behold, you can actually make some really good deals if you are in the real estate business, if you are in the vehicle business industry. Then overall it is looking to be a good time, even for those people in the farming sector. Agricultural land and dealings connected to that can also be quite profitable. Then we see that Venus's Mool Trikon is in the ninth house, which means traveling can be on the cards. It can be some long distance travel, journey, vacation, maybe for a family reunion, for some relatives, extended family that you had not met for a long time. Suddenly things can, there could be some really fun plans and get togethers that could happen during this time, during this transit. So it is a great time for you to mingle with your family members and just spend some quality time, eat good food and enjoy and have a fun time basically. So it is looking very auspicious for that. In regards to, basically, we see that Venus's aspect on the 8th house. So again, this could activate sudden unexpected wealth flow, sudden unexpected money generation, which you had never thought could be possible. It could be through your spouse, through your in laws, through insurance, through inheritance, through your past investments, through any legacies, or through possibly stock market, through gambling, through lottery. Although you should be very careful with high risk speculative investments, because you also have the amplifier planet Rahu in the second house. So better to be safe, because even the moon sign people are under the influence of Sadesati. So you have to be very careful. You do not throw caution to the wind in relation to your finances, to your wealth. Otherwise, there could be cash burn. So be careful in that area. Overall, it can be a great time to dive deep into some research related fields that you are interested in, whether it's occult sciences like astrology, astronomy, tarot, numerology, palmistry, vastu, whatever it might be, or any other. If you're already in, like, doing PhD or postdoc, doing some really deep research, it can be good for that. It can be good for those investigation agencies like CBI, FBI, police, who are investigating any important cases. Or it can be good for scientists who are working in the pharmaceutical industry. It can lead to some good discovery which can change the life of people. Or it can be good for the aeronautics industry, or the airspace, especially like NASA, or anything to do with like interstellar exploration. These type of combinations are also suggesting good advancement and progress. Overall, I will say that be a bit careful in regards to basically driving your vehicle. Do not speed and drive with caution. Also on long distance journeys, although it will be mostly fruitful for you, you should do your proper planning, research, due diligence, and then only embark on the same. Overall, You will start to experience a bit more mental happiness, peace, relaxation during this transit. So, doing some yoga, meditation, pranayama will only enhance the same. So, to summarize, to sum it up, it is looking to be good and profitable transit for my Aquarius friends, and I hope you use it well. All the best. For my Pisces mean Rashi friends, Venus will be transiting in your ascendant itself in its exaltation sign of Pisces for a period of almost 4 months. So, very powerful placement and transit, as the first house is both a trine and a center. So, naturally, it will be at its peak power to give enhanced results. And if you are running its major minor period or even the sub period like the pratyantar dasha, then also you will feel the effects to a great extent. So in the first house it will also be conjunct with Rahu, the all powerful north node of the moon, which co-rules your 11th house along with Saturn, which will also eventually join the camp from April onwards. And then we see a beautiful Rashi Parivartan Yoga between Venus and Jupiter exchanging the first and the third houses. So, what does this all signify? Well, for one, your ascendant is going to become powerfully activated. Now, here there are two sides to a coin. The ascendant basically has into it incorporated all the 12 houses of the chart, the essence of everything. It is the most important house. It is the lagna, the ascendant, right? So, your destiny, your appearance, your behavior, your personality, your likes, dislikes, your health, your vitality, your stamina, your finances, your career, business, everything has to an extent some or the other essence in the first house. So all this will be magnified in your life. Basically, all areas will become suddenly very much activated. So again, if you are running a very favorable Mahadasha, Antardasha, then lo and behold, you can start to see tremendous success, growth, and progress in basically many areas of your life, whether it's marriage, finances, wish fulfillment, desires, career, whether it is wanting to settle abroad, foreign relocation, advancement in foreign countries, love, romance will be on the cards. If you're single, possibility of getting into a new relationship can be seen. If you are wanting to get married, that can happen. If you're already married, then the love, romance, passion in your married life will be reignited to a great extent. Overall, harmony, peace will be quite good in your married life. Relationship with your family members, with your extended family, with your siblings, everything will become better. So, this is one side of the coin. And it largely depends again on the position of Venus in your chart, what Mahadasha, Antardasha you are running, the nakshatras, and so forth. But speaking at a top level, it is looking to be powerful. And since its Mool Trikon is in the 8th house, sudden unexpected good news, sudden unexpected positive transformations can happen. Sudden unexpected wealth flow from inheritance, from legacies, from insurance settlements, from your spouse, from your in-laws, from your past investments, from vehicles. These type of things can pan out. From lottery, speculation, gambling, although not recommended, but since the 8th house represents unearned wealth, it is the hidden house. It is the house of sudden unexpected major gains in life. And since Venus is in your ascendant itself very strong, it can fructify, again, all other factors being equal. But if Venus is not well placed in your chart, if it is in an enemy sign, debilitation, degree wise, it is in a Mrita Avastha or a Bal Avastha, it is conjunct with the malefic planets, there are malefic aspects on it, it is in combustion, it is in retrogression, then you need to be careful with your health, with your finances, with your dealings with people, right? Venus also controls your second house, so your or your third house, so your communication in general, especially written communication, your emails, your text message, right? Because some people can take it the wrong way, can misunderstand things. So be very careful in relation to your communication, right? So keep a tab on that. But overall, it is going to be, for the most part, a good time, but do not take any major risk connected to heavy financial speculative investments like cryptocurrency, penny stocks, gambling, lottery, betting. These should be avoided at all cost, because finally Rahu, which co-rules your 11th along with Saturn, will be conjunct in the ascendant, and 12th house is the house of loss and expenses as well. It can be the house of sudden major loss. So you have to play your cards right in regards to finances, in regards to how you do your investments. Overall, there can be some really good time, or basically good quality time you might spend with your siblings. So that can be a positive. If you haven't, maybe you live quite a distance away from your sibling, then there are chances of reuniting and spending some good quality time, and the bond also increasing, deepening, the respect for each other growing. So that is seen. Overall, your bravery, courage, confidence, assertiveness will also become stronger. You will not back down from the goals that you want to achieve. You will be basically a force to be reckoned with. So your aura, your charm will also increase manifold. Venus is the natural planet of beauty. So when it is in your ascendant, it will naturally make you very attractive, or it can even give you some sort of mysterious personality which people find very attractive, a very seductive personality, or a very charming appearance, right? So people will be naturally drawn to you, attracted to you. So overall, Venus transit in your ascendant can be quite good. It can also be good for taking up a new fitness regime, exercising, joining. It doesn't have to always be going to a gym. If you like sports, you can engage in sports. If you like dancing, if you like singing, if you like um, running outside, jogging, hiking, walking, I feel you should explore that more, because the utilization of the third house and the Rashi Parivartan Yoga between Jupiter and Venus will also work in a more positive way. So I believe this transit of Venus for my Pisces friends can be quite good in many ways, and in some ways you have to be careful, especially considering your Mahadasha, Antardasha, and all these other factors as well. So I hope you found this video insightful, and I wish you all the best.